How many times have you been in a top 3 situation and thrown the game away? We can all say that we've been in an endgame situation and we've made one mistake and just thrown the game away, costing us the win. Now today I'm going to give you some reasons why you may be throwing the game and you're dying within them late game situations. I'm going to tell you why you're dying and how you can stop yourself from doing this. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Dominic and welcome to the channel. I post every other day to help you become an Apex legend. So when it comes to a battle royale game, it all comes down to your mindset. You will always get told time and time again that if you go into a game with the confidence and mindset that you are going to win that game, then you're going to win that game. But this isn't always the case. Yes, it helps having that confidence that you're going to win a fight, but sometimes it's just pure impossible. So how do you recognize when you're in that situation? It all comes down to a little bit of common sense. Let's say you landed off spawn and you just get naff loot. You get a P20, you don't get any better armor, you're stuck with grey. Same as your teammates. You can't find loot anywhere and you all say together that we just gotta kill a team and get the loot that they had, because that's the only way you gotta find loot. So you do that, you go and find the team, you get involved, but then you realize that 2 of them have purple, 1 of them has blue, and you're all there with grey. Now what do you do in this situation? You're in a 3v3 standoff, one team's heavily geared and the other one has absolutely nothing. So what you've got to do in this situation is put yourself in the enemy's shoes. So yeah, you might crack them, you might get one of them low, but then that's 1 out of 3 and the 2 others still have purple armor and your whole team has grey. If you're in their situation, if you're in the enemy's shoes, you're going to be saying to your teammates that all 3 of them have grey, push this. They all know that you have absolutely nothing and they're just going to push you because you started the fight. So each and every time you need to put yourself in the enemy's shoes. So if you start a fight, put yourself in the enemy's shoes. If you have very low armor and they're all geared up, they're probably just going to push you no matter what. They're going to wait until they get 1 or 2 of you low and then the whole team's just got to get annihilated. So put yourself in the enemy's shoes. If a whole team pushed you and they have nothing, are you gonna commit or are you gonna dip? You're most likely gonna commit. So you always need to think, what would the enemy player do? And talking about commitment, that brings us nicely onto my next tip, which is don't overcommit. Now, I've talked about this a few times on my channel before, but this is where you kind of turn autopilot on and you just go in all guns blazing. This is just not the way to go. Again, going with our last tip, if you get one of them low, but you're also cracked and low on flesh, but you still commit, they're going to take advantage of that. They're going to think that this guy's absolutely insane and they're just going to kill you because you have little to nothing. So overcommitting is when you engage to push an enemy team, something doesn't go your way and you still commit. A lot of people do this, and this is what I think is the reason that most people die towards the end game. We all know the rule. You get top 3, you wait for the other 2 teams to fight, and you go in and third party. That's how every single battle royale goes. But the final 2 teams start fighting, you push in, the third party starts to go successful, then suddenly out of nowhere you get cravered. But don't forget, you got that enemy player absolute one shot and you're certain that they're one shot. You still push, then bang, you get cravered, the game's done. You've thrown the game away. Overcommitment is the reason why I see people die daily when they shouldn't have died. You can have the best spot in the game, and just because you think this guy's low and you don't care about anything else apart from getting that kill, you go and lose the high ground, you go and lose the best spot in the game, you go down, you try and go for the kill, and you die within the process. This happens daily, possibly every single game. And it's something that you really need to start thinking of. This can happen to every single situation possible. Let's say you're gatekeeping. A whole team comes out of the storm and instantly your mind goes push, push, push. They've come out of the storm, they're low. And again, you push, you die. Now don't get me wrong, this isn't always the case. Yes, you may push, you may get the whole squad wipe, and then fair dues, you've got the kill, and then you might go on and get the win. But that isn't the smart thing to do. Kinda does take a little bit of knowledge to actually get the win. Yes, you may just camp in a corner, get a placement, and then get the win, as simple as that. But when it comes to certain situations, you need the knowledge of what to do next. And if a whole team comes out of the storm, your mind instantly goes, they're low, push this. But what you need to do is sit back, but keep putting pressure on them to stop them from healing. So throwing nades, that kind of thing, slows down their process of healing up. And if they're actually low, with a couple nades, you're probably gonna knock someone. And then when you've got a knock, then it's anyone's game. Just go in, get the win. It's as simple as that. So we talked about using common sense within Apex Legends to get the win. We've talked about how to not overcommit and overcommitting as a whole. And now we gotta go into being overconfident. I kind of touched on this when we were talking about the overcommitment, but being overconfident can come into all different aspects of Apex Legends. So overcommitting is when you start a fight and you shouldn't really push, but you turn on autopilot and you just go in there all guns blazing anyway. Now being overconfident talks about every single aspect of the game. Going into the first game thinking, I'm just gonna land, I'm gonna get all the kills, I'm gonna drop a 20 bomb, I'm gonna drop a 4K, and I'm gonna win. Bish bash bosh, game done. Now don't get me wrong, it is nice to have this kind of mindset, but realistically, is it going to happen? Not really. Being overconfident can come down to simple things such as, let's say you landed, you couldn't find any armor, and you just proceed to go and find a fight. But the smart move would to be go up to a replicator and level up your armor that way. Because in your mind, you truly think you are the best in the whole game. No one's better than you. You can push in all guns blazing with your grey armor and your RE45. And when you're too confident, you totally miss certain parts of the game, such as the meta. Being overconfident can make you miss vital information such as the meta. Let's say you go into ranked, but you're a Mirage main. Yes, Mirage can work, but realistically, he's not part of the meta. So you go into a ranked game and you're Mirage main, you insta-lock Mirage, you land, and let's say you're kind of the person who likes the different type of weapons which aren't part of the meta. So you land and you pick up a L-Star and an Either 8. Yes, these may be your favorite type of weapons in the game to use, but this is where overconfident comes in. You believe that these are the best weapons in the game and they're the only weapons that you can use. First of all, you've picked Mirage. Yes, again, I will say he can work. I'm just using him as a kind of placement marker just for any legend that isn't part of the meta. So let's say you pick Mirage, but your teammates really need a Gibby. Then pick Gibby. Just because you're a Mirage main doesn't mean that you need a Mirage. Like, take me for example, I'm a Mad Maggie main. I mean, right now, no one is picking Mad Maggie. I used Mad Maggie to get from Platinum into Diamond 3, and then from Diamond 3, I've gone, right, okay, I might as well play someone else who the team's actually got to start contributing with. So I started to use a Bloodhound, and ever since then, just from me not being overconfident that I'm the best Mad Maggie in the game, I'm going to play Mad Maggie, it's got to work every single time, I switched to a Bloodhound. And that Bloodhound has worked every single time. So I went to start to stick with the meta, and that's worked in my favor. So how to not be overconfident? Don't think you're gonna win every fight, because you're not. That is the hard truth. Start fights. Yeah, by all means, start every single fight you want to fight. But if it doesn't go your way, don't be afraid to leave. Don't be too confident that you're going to win every single game, because you will just die. And coming along with not being overconfident, you want to stick to the meta, because the meta is the best place to be. They're the meta for a reason. They're going to be the best legends in the game for a reason, and the best weapons in the game for a reason. So use them. That's concluded today's video, guys. If you found this video helpful and or entertaining in any way, shape or form, then make sure you go down below and leave a like. Whilst you're down there, you might as well subscribe to be entered into the next subscriber shout out. And whilst you're down there, you might as well go into my pinned comment down below and join the community Discord. Thank you guys so much for your support recently. We have just hit 1.3k subscribers, which is absolutely insane. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, once again, it's been my pleasure, and until next time, keep dominating Legends.
We got kind of split right now. That's us. Yeah, there's two. Near the cracked red one.
Down.
Cracked another one. Burning him. Burning him huge. Knocked. No grenades. Cracked, knocked. Hello. Try and get these finishes, Lewis. Cracked 180.